Let's cut the fluff. You've been praying for a breakthrough. You've been begging God to change your life. But here's the hard truth. You're the one holding yourself back. You want to be unstoppable? You want to walk in God's favor? Then listen to me carefully. God isn't in the business of babysitting passive people. This is about life, about faith, about success, about waking up to the brutal truth that your comfort zone is killing your calling. So hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and buckle up. Because I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to make you move. You ever notice how God never chooses the comfortable? He chooses the called. But the called? They still have to show up. They still have to swing the stone. They still have to open their mouth. Let me be blunt. Some of you are stuck not because God is silent, but because you are still sitting. Paralyzed by fear, obsessed with what-ifs, waiting for some magical moment where everything feels right. Newsflash, that moment isn't coming. It never does. Look, we love to talk about David slaying Goliath, but what we skip over, the terror, the trembling, the reality that David stepped onto that battlefield knowing he could die. But he showed up anyway. Shocking truth number one, spoken with bold intensity, faith without action, is fear in disguise. Yeah, I said it. Some of you are dressing up your fear and calling it waiting on God. But God isn't asking you to wait. He's asking you to move. You want to know how God makes you unstoppable? It's not through more sermons. It's not through endless research. It's not by sitting there journaling your fears to death. It's through movement, through obedience, through bold, messy, imperfect action. Let me ask you this. How long have you been waiting? How many God-given ideas have you buried under your excuses? How many opportunities have you watched other people grab? All while you sat there convincing yourself it wasn't God's timing? Listen to me. Obedience creates momentum. God blesses motion, not your intentions, not your vision boards, your movement. Shocking truth number two, raw, unapologetic tone. Comfort zones, spiritual death traps. The devil doesn't need to ruin your life if he can keep you comfortable. You're no threat to the enemy when you're stuck overthinking. You're no threat when your greatest accomplishment is getting ready. Meanwhile, people with half your potential are out there making moves because they dared to be bold. Look at Joseph, sold by his brothers, thrown in a pit, falsely accused, locked in prison. You think he felt unstoppable? No, but he still served, still prepared, still honored God behind the scenes. And when the door finally opened, he was ready. Not because life was easy, but because he moved even when it was hard. Some of you are praying for the palace, but you're hiding in the pit. Begging God to elevate you, but unwilling to serve where you are. You want the blessing without the battle, the platform without the process. But hear me, the process is the platform. The struggle is the preparation. The battle is where God builds the bold. Shocking truth number three, brutal honesty. God isn't responsible for your laziness. Let that sink in. You can fast. You can pray. You can post Bible verses all over your house. But if you refuse to show up, if you refuse to put in the work, if you keep hiding behind perfectionism and procrastination, you'll stay stuck, frustrated, broke, spiritually, mentally, even financially. Not because God isn't good, but because you never moved. The business idea, start it. The hard conversation, have it. The ministry, launch it. The dream, pursue it. God can't bless what you won't build. He won't multiply what you never start. And he won't open doors for people too scared to knock. Remember when Peter walked on water? It wasn't because he waited for the perfect moment. It wasn't because the conditions were ideal. It was because he stepped out. Messy, afraid, but obedient. And the moment his foot hit that water, The impossible happened. God made him unstoppable because he moved. You want to be unstoppable? Here's the real formula. Radical faith, relentless action, uncomfortable obedience. Stop negotiating with your calling. Stop waiting for clarity. Clarity comes after movement. Confidence comes after risk. Breakthrough comes after obedience. You say you believe God called you for more? Then your actions should prove it. Not next month, not when you feel ready. Now, here's the hard truth most churches won't tell you. God will make you unstoppable, but only if you stop making excuses. You're not stuck because of your circumstances. You're stuck because of your comfort zone. Because you've traded courage for convenience. Because you'd rather feel safe than feel stretched. But God doesn't bless safe. He blesses bold. He blesses the obedient. He blesses those crazy enough to step out when everyone else stays seated. So what's it going to be? Keep waiting? Keep hiding? Or finally move? Because I promise you, the enemy isn't afraid of your potential. He's terrified of your action. This is Pure Intentions, where we talk faith, mindset, business, and success, without the sugarcoating. If you're done making excuses, if you're ready to actually move, if you're bold enough to let God make you unstoppable, then hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and commit right now to becoming the person God called you to be. Because your life doesn't change when you feel ready. It changes when you move. It changes when you obey. It changes when you stop talking and start doing. So let's go. God's waiting. Your purpose is waiting. And your unstoppable season? It starts with one simple, scary, obedient step.